guys! It is Theory Thursday! This is something new that I've come up with, mostly because I have a theory that I want to share with you. And that may be the only theory. This may be the only Theory Thursday we ever have. We'll see. So I just got out of the shower, so, you know, don't care. Who cares? Moving on. Anyway, I have a theory. So, my theory is about Coprolalia. Mangoes, 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 so, theoretically, the theory, not my theory, but what they say is that somewhere between 10 and 15% of people with Tourette's have coprolalia, which is swearing. And I think it also includes like other, like saying bad things. I think yelling bomb in an airport would count as coprolalia, but I'm not sure. I should have looked up the definition, you guys, before I did this, so my apologies. But I know it at least includes swearing. So, here's my theory. Are you ready? Are you ready for my theory? Are you ready for my theory? My theory is that I do not actually have coprolalia. Say what? What are you talking about? We've heard you say the F-bomb over and over and over and over again, and you're gonna tell us that you don't have coprolalia? Really? What do you mean you don't have coprolalia? You're in denial.
Denial.
No. So here's my thought process on this, guys. And by the way, I am obviously not a medical professional of any sort. I'm not a neurologist. I am not an expert in tics or Tourette syndrome. So that's my disclaimer there. This is just where my mind goes some days. No, so my theory is I only say one bad word. And I really think that it's just a word that my brain picked, like it picked mangoes, you know? Are you following me here? And so, like, I might say it, but I don't think it has any more bearing on anything or means anything differently than saying mangoes or monkeys or bananas, 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 bananas. Fuck, fuck you, fuck. That's my theory. And part of why I think this is because, well, one, so I don't swear. I didn't know like any swear words growing up. I grew up in a very conservative household. So obviously I did hear swear words at some point. But I didn't really hear them at all growing up. And then when I became an adult, I didn't use swear words. Like, I still don't use swear words. I don't swear. Mangoes, mangoes, mangoes. But I have used the F-bomb on occasion when I am speaking in a literal sense. Guys, I'm a married woman, okay? This is real life. Sometimes I've used it in a literal sense. I'm not swearing, I'm using it actually to mean what it means. So, my theory is that I don't actually even have coprolalia. That's just a word that my brain picked out of the words that I know, probably because it happens to be a more forceful word. And when I say it, like you just get like oomph out of it, you know? I don't think the word fresh is ever going to become a tic for me because fresh does not have any kind of like the oomph that I get from like the F-bomb or from mangoes or monkeys, you know? Like there's that certain like huh, and I don't get that with the word fresh. So that's my theory. My theory is that I just say that word because that is one of the words in my brain categorized somewhere. And I don't actually have coprolalia. So, that's my theory on the whole thing. Mangoes, 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 mangoes. I also wonder if the ratio of people who have coprolalia might not be a little bit higher if it affected more adults. And I know kids these days swear up a storm. Like, I've heard them at the park. I take my 6-year-old and under to the park, and I hear like 10-year-olds there saying words that I wouldn't say. Ha 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 ha. So I know that kids do swear, but I'd like to think in my head that it's not as common as adult swearing. So yeah, I kind of almost wonder a little bit if there wouldn't be a higher percentage of coprolalia if Tourette's didn't affect, or if Tourette's wasn't considered like a childhood disease. Like if it was more prevalent in the adult community. And I know lots of adults continue to suffer from Tourette's. That's not what I'm saying. But for a lot of adults, I know that it does tend to go away after puberty. So yeah, that's kind of a secondary part to my rambling theories here. Again, disclaimer, not any kind of professional. It's just things that I think about. Ha! Mangoes, 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 mangoes. Ha! 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 Fuck! 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 That was fun. So I think that's all for today. I might actually edit this video, so you might see like effects, or like, I don't know, I might play music or something crazy, guys. Should I edit my videos? What do you think? Do you like them just straight up off the cuff go, or would you like it if I polished them up a little bit and made them shiny and nice? Let me know your thoughts. Also, if you have any theories, let me know, and I will think about them and tell you what I think about your theories. That's all, guys. Take care.